Okay, so let's go on to the next type of reactions in aldehydes and ketones. We've already done two types of main reactions over here. The first one which we did was the addition reactions, then we did the nucleophilic addition reactions, and then thirdly we did the nucleophilic addition reactions followed by loss of water molecule, where we were doing the reactions with ammonia and its derivatives. The third important type of reactions which we are going to discuss over here, they are known as condensation reactions. Now what do we understand by condensation reaction is that whenever any reaction while taking place that is going to lose a small molecule, that is what condensation means. That small molecule may be water, that small molecule may also be alcohol, but in this case we will see that it is going to be mostly water, right? So aldol condensation, we have taken two words over here. One is condensation, which I just explained to you what condensation is. Aldol means aldehyde and alcohol together. So the compound which is going to be formed over here, that is going to be an aldol, right? Which is going to have the aldehydic group and the alcoholic group both. And also very important that these reactions will only take place in those compounds where alpha hydrogen is present. You know what alpha hydrogen is? We already know what alpha carbon is first of all. The carbon which is attached to the functional group, that is going to be known as the alpha carbon atom, and alpha hydrogen atom is the hydrogen which is attached to the alpha carbon atom. So for all these reactions it is going to be very important to have alpha hydrogen. All those compounds which do not have alpha hydrogen, for example formaldehyde or benzaldehyde, they do not undergo aldol condensation. They of course do undergo a kind of condensation, but that is special kind of condensation which we will discuss later. Okay, so over here we have to just note down the following points. Let's see what are going to be the characteristics of aldol condensation. When we are looking at the characteristics of aldol condensation, there are two types of aldol condensation which we are going to discuss. One which is known as self-aldol condensation. Self-aldol condensation will take place between two similar molecules. So if we are taking one acetaldehyde, then the second molecule also has to be an acetaldehyde. The second type we have is cross-aldol condensation, which will take place between two different molecules. So if we are doing self-aldol condensation, it has to be both aldehydes or both ketones. If you are doing cross-aldol condensation, it can take place between one aldehyde and other kind of aldehyde. It can take place between one ketone and another kind of ketone, and it can take place between one aldehyde and a ketone. So wherever there are two different molecules which are going to be present, then that is known as cross-aldol condensation. Secondly, it is very important that the compound must contain an alpha carbon atom. Right? It must contain an alpha carbon atom, or in other words you can say that it must contain an alpha hydrogen atom. Instead of carbon, let's mention over here that it must contain an alpha hydrogen atom. Then secondly, there is going to be a new carbon to carbon linkage formed in case of products. A new carbon to carbon linkage will be formed when the products are formed, and the condensation product over here is going to be an aldol or condensation that is going to be accompanied by loss of a water molecule. Okay, so this I have already discussed over here. So that may give us unsaturated aldehyde or it may give us unsaturated ketone. So let's take the examples. First of all, we will take examples of self-aldol condensation, in which we are going to take place. We are going to take two similar aldehydes. So we're taking acetaldehyde over here. The first molecule. This is acetaldehyde, okay, and plus the second molecule which I am writing is like this. This is because there is going to be, you can say, migration of the H hydrogen that is going to take place. So this hydrogen that will go over here in the first step, such that we have CH3, C, H, OH, and this carbon and carbon linkage will take place over here. So I am writing this also in this manner. And the second aldehydic group will remain as it is. Okay? So over here, finally, this is known as aldol. The product which is formed over here, that is going to be an aldol because it has one aldehydic group and the other alcohol group. And the IUPAC name of this is going to be 3-hydroxybutanol. Okay. Now over here, this is going to lose a water molecule and give us the final product, which is an unsaturated aldehyde. Right? So this is known as what? The IUPAC name of this is but2-ene-1-ul or but2-ene-ul. Okay? So you have to remember that it is only the alpha hydrogen which is going to participate. Now if we are taking two ketones, then what is going to be the reaction? If we are taking two ketones, we have double bond O. Okay. Now in this case, which is going to be the alpha hydrogen? It can be any. This can be the alpha, this can be the alpha. Both are alpha hydrogens over here. So let's just take another molecule of a ketone H. Isko niche dekho. C double bond O, so that you understand it better. So we have H, CH2, C double bond O and CH3. Now it is this hydrogen which is going to migrate over here and we are going to get a ketone. The IUPAC name of this is going to be 4-hydroxy-4-methyl pentane 2-one. Okay, so this is going to be known as a ketone. Now this is going to lose a water molecule. Right? And what are we going to get as product? An unsaturated ketone is going to be the product. Now what happens if we are having a longer chain? Over here you can see that we've taken the alpha carbon atom and we are taking 2-acetaldehyde. What is going to happen if we have a longer chain? So let's see. And let's also see the difference over here. So we have self-aldol only we are doing. This is propanol. Now the next molecule of propanol when we are taking, this is the alpha hydrogen. So you have to place this carbon atom like this. Right? And we have CH3, CHO. It is the alpha hydrogen atom which is going to migrate, not the first carbon atom. So alpha carbon atom is the carbon atom which is attached to the function group. So it is going to be this hydrogen which is going to migrate over here. Can't be this. It cannot be this. Okay. So what is the product which we will get? right? And then this hydrogen from here and this OH from here, that is going to be eliminated and we get an unsaturated aldehyde. This is the product which we will get over here. So all these, they are examples of self-indole condensation in which we are taking two same molecules. Remember that the product will depend upon the alpha carbon atom or the alpha hydrogen atom which is going to be present in any compound. So let's take some examples of cross-indole condensation. Cross-indole condensation. Now in case of cross-indole condensation, we are going to take over here two different molecules. So we are taking over here one propanol, right? And the other one we are taking is acetaldehyde. So this hydrogen that is going to shift over here. Right? So we can do the reaction in two different kinds. In the first kind, we are taking the alpha hydrogen of the acetaldehyde. So what is going to be the product? This is going to be the product. We are considering over here the alpha hydrogen atom of acetaldehyde. So this is going to be the product. Then it loses a water molecule. And we are going to get over here an unsaturated aldehyde. Right? Now the same reaction can also be done in a different manner where we are going to consider the alpha hydrogen of propanol. So we are going to write it in an opposite direction. Now in this case we have to consider this alpha hydrogen. Okay, so we have over here the compound can be written like this so that it becomes easier for you to understand the mechanism. Hydrogen will shift over here and we have this hydrogen and this OH that is going to be eliminated in the form of water minus H2O. So what are we going to get? An unsaturated aldehyde. So you can see that in both the cases we are taking the same reactants, isn't it? But we are going to get a mixture of products. Why? Because if we're looking at the first case, the alpha hydrogen of acetaldehyde that is migrating. But if we are taking over here the alpha hydrogen of propanol, then the alpha hydrogen of propanol will give us a chain isomer over there. Is it clear? Is it clear? So this is going to be a chain isomer of the product which is formed in the first case. Now when we're talking of, let's take another compound over here. If we're taking acetone, right? And we are taking ketone. Acetone, we are taking aldehyde and ketone. Remember that it is the alpha hydrogen atom of the ketone which is involved in condensation and not that of an aldehyde. So if we're taking an acetaldehyde, this is acetaldehyde, it will be the alpha hydrogen of ketone which is going to be taken over here. So we have over here H, CH2, C double bond O and CH3. Right? This hydrogen will go over here and we have right? Then water molecule will be lost, hydrogen from here and OH from here, and we will get an unsaturated ketone. So if it is aldehyde and aldehyde, then in that case we will get a mixture of products. If it is an aldehyde and a ketone, then it is the alpha hydrogen of the ketone which is going to participate in condensation and not vice versa. In any case, the product which we are getting over here is going to be a mixture of many compounds. So we generally get only 25% of the yield of this compound which is taking place over here. Now, condensation can also take place if in case we have one compound without alpha hydrogen and the other compound with alpha hydrogen, right? For example, if you want to do cross-aldol condensation with formaldehyde, it will only occur if formaldehyde and acetaldehyde they are taking part in condensation. So let's see what is the kind of reaction we have there. So now we're taking one molecule of formaldehyde. We've already studied that compounds which do not have alpha hydrogen will not participate, right? But if we're taking two molecules of formaldehyde, then aldol condensation cannot take place. But if we're taking one formaldehyde and the other one which we are taking is acetaldehyde, then cross-aldol condensation can take place because it will be the alpha hydrogen of the acetaldehyde which is going to participate in the reaction. So ये hydrogen यहाँ पे चला गया, ठीक है? And what are we going to get? We will get the product and CHO, right? Now over here, this is going to lose a water molecule and we will get an unsaturated aldehyde. Have you understood? Now there are, you can say that when we are talking of only formaldehyde, it undergoes special kind of condensation reactions and they are known as repeated aldol condensation in case of specifically formaldehyde. Okay, so let's see how this reaction is going to take place over here. We have H, C, double bond O and H, right? This is going to react with another molecule of this thing, formaldehyde. This hydrogen that is going to migrate over here. Okay? So this is going to give us a product of the type okay. Now this will further react with another molecule of HCHO, reaction taking place in presence of barium hydroxide. When we are going to add up this molecule over here, so we have H, C, H, OH, C, OH and H, and then C, H, double bond O. So in a similar manner, another molecule of HCHO that can react. Okay? This is going to give us HCH. So repeated condensation of the molecule that can take place in case of formaldehyde, right? So this is going to form a kind of a polymer which is known as formose. This is a mixture of sugars which is being formed over here. So formaldehyde can do this special kind of, you can say, condensation which is going to give us this kind of a product. Okay? So this is what aldol condensation is all about. right? So let's just see why alpha hydrogen, that is going to be important when we are doing the aldol condensation. For that we will have to look at the mechanism. Let's go on to the mechanism of aldol condensation. When we are doing the mechanism over here, it is going to be the acidity of the alpha hydrogen which is going to help us to understand the mechanism. So let's go on to the first step. Step 1 of the reaction, which is going to be a slow step over here. So we're taking acetaldehyde. This is acetaldehyde, right? Now over here, the reaction that can take place in a slightly alkaline medium. This alkaline medium will have a tendency to abstract the proton from here such that the electrons, they get shifted to carbon, and that is going to give us an enolate ion, right? So what is this enolate ion? We're going to have over here C. This hydrogen is leaving its electrons back, okay? And we're going to have over here C, H and double bond O and minus a water molecule. This enolate ion which is formed over here, this is going to be resonantly stabilized. So this goes over here and this comes over here. So what are we going to get? Oxygen with a negative charge, right? So this is the enolate ion which is going to be resonantly stabilized. Now the acidity of the alpha hydrogen atom is due to the resonance stabilization of the enolate ion which is taking place over here. So basically what is happening, this is the carbon nucleophile which is formed, isn't it? It is the carbon nucleophile because of the negative charge which we are getting over here, and that is going to be the enolate ion, right? Now in step 2, another electrophile that is going to react. The electrophile is going to be another molecule of acetaldehyde which we are taking over here. So in step 2, another electrophile which is going to be acetaldehyde. Why we are calling this as an electrophile? Because over here the electron pair will shift towards oxygen and this is going to get a slight positive charge. So this is the electrophile and that is the enolate nucleophile which we have. So we have CH2, right? So this is going to be the electrophile and this is going to be the enolate nucleophile. So as a result of this nucleophile that will go and attack at the carbon atom, because carbon atom is getting a slight positive charge. And this is a kind of molecule which we are going to get over here. This is the anion which is formed, right? Now this anion that is going to now lose a water molecule or it is going to lose a proton, right? And finally in step 3 we are going to get an enol. Clear? So this is what the mechanism of the aldol condensation that is going to be. So these are the first type of reactions which we have done over here. They are reactions common to both aldehydes and ketones. But there are many reactions in which aldehydes and ketones, they do not behave in a similar manner. They behave differently. For example, we will be doing these reactions. There are certain reactions in which oxidation of the aldehydes and ketones, they are going to take place differently, which are also taken as tests. So that we will do in our next class. Okay.